All right, it is noon.
All right.
So we will do this. I'll introduce us.
Okay.
And let me flip the camera around. Oh no.
You want to scoop back?
Scooped it over just that way, just a little bit. And welcome to the Ask Biz Show. I'm Kevin Adelsberger, and this week I am joined by Wes Harris.
Hello.
State Farm Agent Extraordinaire here in Jackson. So what are you watching? This is the Ask Biz Show. We try to take questions ahead of time. It's going to be hard to... Oh, they're building an audience for us. We take questions ahead of time, and then we also take questions live on air. You can comment on Facebook or on Periscope. You should share this link on,
I will.
On yours.
I will.
Right now it's live, and maybe more people will join in.
All right.
And then I'll even post this online later on a high quality version so that you can watch it later. And so why do I do this? Well, I want to help businesses be better and help answer your questions about business. And so, and ideas are free. Execution's what costs money. And so, for everybody, and for Wes this week, I wanted him to share some stuff about insurance so that maybe you have some questions about insurance.
Yep.
And he's also a really good business guy. And so, he might be able to share some of his tricks, but not too many tricks because there might be other State Farm agents watching.
Right.
And so the first thing I wanted to say is that, tomorrow night, Tuesday night, will be Communicate at the Co, which is a social media meetup hosted by me and another social media marketer named Austin, and we're talking about Pokemon Go for business. And so 5:30 at the Co, it's free to come to. So check out Communicate next week, free to come to. So Wes Harris is a State Farm agent, like I mentioned, and I asked him to come and bring some things people don't know about insurance, but they should know about insurance. So why don't you start with that list, and maybe people will have some questions.
All right. So first of all, I get a question all the time. It's like, what color car should I buy, right? And that doesn't matter. So you can get a red one or a black one or a white one. The color of the car does not matter. And we were trying to keep this to some questions that, were pretty relatively on topic, not into in depth, but I get one thing, everybody that might have children or teenage drivers, that's always a big deal because it's going to be expensive when you have a teenage driver. They're just higher risk. But a lot of times I'll have an 18 or 21-year-old that comes in that might be a single mom, and actually they get adult rate. So even if they're under 25, if you have a child or if you're married, a lot of young college people will get married. They're going to be well under 25, but you get an adult rate. So you don't pay higher insurance as a 19 or 20-year-old if you're married or if you have a child. A lot of people don't know that.
No, that's really interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Teenage drivers is a big deal. Good student discounts, driver discounts. You want a company that gives you as many discounts as you can to offset the cost. Kids don't realize that having a 3.0 or better can save their parents hundreds of dollars a year. And then over, say, 5-10 years, right? Well, 5 years, let's say. That's $2,000, something like that, or more.
And I feel like parents could incentivize, the marketing person in me is like, maybe parents could incentivize that behavior and say,
absolutely,
hey, if you keep this grade, we get this discount, I'll give you a percentage.
Well, and I tell them, look, if you don't get it, then make them pay for that portion of it if they have a job or whatever. I mean, it's a discount. I mean, hundreds of dollars, plus good safe driving, don't have any tickets or accidents. You can watch a little DVD, take a little test online, but one of the things I want to mention, I should have brought it, but it's the latest technology where you download an app and then you put a little Bluetooth dongle in your glove compartment and it syncs with your phone. So it uses your GPS characteristics of your phone to measure your driving. And companies like State Farm, I know Progressive does it, that's where it's going. So your rate is going to be individualized to your driving characteristics. I know.
That makes me nervous, actually.
I know a lot of people. I'd say only about 20% of the people actually are digging it right now because they think we're going to track them, right? Or I'm going to pull it up and go, oh, you were driving, wherever. But if I know that I drive better than the other people in Jackson because I know I do, I would rather pay a rate. And I'm cool with the company tracking my data, not where I'm at or anything, but how fast I'm driving, the time of day, that kind of stuff.
Have you had any customers take you up on that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Have they seen a discount?
Yeah, well, you get 5% discount immediately.
Okay.
So if you sign up for the program, you get a 5% discount, and it's free. but you get an immediate discount, and then every 6 months you can go online and see how you're progressing and what kind of discounts you're earning. It measures turning, time of day, speed. I think those are the main characteristics.
And have you had anybody's price go up because they've been tracked?
Not yet, not yet. But here's how it could go up. And I tell people this, is that if you tell us you're only driving 7,500 miles a year, you're going to get low mileage rates. Okay, that's great. Well, with this device, though, it's going to know you went more than 7,500. So you would lose that low mileage discount.
So if you're not being honest with your insurance agent,
we're going to know. Well,
which is new to the world.
And people, that's why people don't want it, right?
Yeah.
They can't be honest with me. But I tell you, and when I get on social media, and I appreciate Kevin letting me do this, Jackson is not a great area to be driving around without insurance, because the latest statistic is about, and you're not going to believe this, is about 40% of the people in this town do not have insurance. They don't have insurance at all. The majority of my claims, 80% I would say, are non-insured motorist claims where my customer had insurance, somebody hit them that didn't have it. I mean, it's amazing.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
And it's against the law, right?
It is against the law, and from what I understand, starting January, it's going to be much more intense, where insurance companies are actually going to be reporting to the state on a regular basis if your insurance lapses or not. And so then all the state has to do, they can go in there automatically and suspend your license if you don't have coverage. So the insurance companies are going to be communicating with the states now. Okay. They already do it in other parts of the country, but Tennessee is about to really get serious about that.
All right.
Yep. We've got a lot of people talk about what is full coverage. I got full coverage. Well, what is that? That means you have comprehensive, you have collision. Remember, comprehensive is if it's not your fault, you hit a deer, a tree falls on it, somebody steals your car, catches on fire. Collision is if, I hit somebody and I want my car fixed. Liability protects you if you're at fault and you injure somebody or you damage their car, but collision is you're at fault and you want to fix your own car.
Okay.
So that's full coverage. If you have a lien or you borrow money to get your car, you're always going to be required to carry comp and collision.
How does uninsured motorist fall in those?
Uninsured motorist is going to be, we quote it with everything. Okay. It's actually optional, but we just will not let anybody have it.
And
we don't want to sell it.
With so many people not having it, seems
exactly.
Like
so, and it's a lot less expensive. And if we pull out in the parking lot and you hit me, you don't have insurance, I'm going to call my State Farm agent or whatever, and I'm going to go put in an uninsured motorist claim. And if you don't have insurance, then the deductible to me is $250 or $200. I think it's $200.
Okay.
So that's full coverage and rental car coverage. And rental car coverage, Kevin, isn't my car's in the shop, I need a rental car, right? It is, my car's in an accident and I need to borrow a car while it gets fixed.
Gotcha.
Because I get calls all the time about, I need a rental car to go to the beach this weekend. Yeah.
It's not how
I'd like one too, but that's not how it works. Another one, this is a big one, get this all the time. Somebody adds rims and wheels, $2,000 to their car, these rims, giant super radio system or whatever, stereo system in the car. And to them, it's very valuable, right? I mean, that's $5,000. That's a lot of money. It really doesn't do anything really to the selling value of your car.
Okay.
And if your car's totaled out, if you can't prove that you own these things, you're not getting any payment for it. So my word is, if anybody's listening that has these things, keep your receipts, because if they're stolen or whatever, you got to prove to your insurance company that you owned them. And they're still going to be depreciated like everything else, but at least you'll get something for them. But a lot of people will add all this stuff and they don't keep the receipts.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm bad about keeping receipts.
Well, you need to, just with all the technology, just take a picture of it and save it to Dropbox or, Evernote or something like that, because it's going to come in handy.
Yeah.
I mean, big time.
One thing that I didn't know when I started in business is that you guys offer insurance policies on equipment.
Exactly. Yes.
And so when I first got started, I got a good rate on my camera, which my camera provides me income, so I need to make sure that I've got it.
Right.
And so I'll be giving you a call. I've got a new camera coming in, so I'll be giving you a call soon. So Wes, you've been working for State Farm for a while. What are some marketing things that you've learned over the?
Oh my goodness.
Just one or two things.
I've made some very expensive mistakes, I will tell you that. The greatest things that I do involve the community, whereas like if I sponsor Thursday nights at the ballpark, and it's not necessarily all of the people there are going to go, hey, I'm out at the ballpark, I'm going to buy insurance from Wes, but they see me there every Thursday night home game. I'm out there giving stuff away, and it's being involved in the community. I think a lot of agents and a lot of self-employed people can say, well, if I just spend money and send out direct mail or whatever, it'll work, but it doesn't work. It's you adding a value. Hey, I see a face. This guy, I like this guy, I'll do business with him. That's probably the biggest thing in the community events and doing sponsorships. Like, if I do marketing to something that you enjoy. Like, if I like riding a bike, so I may help sponsor an event. Or if I like to run in a 5K, I'll say, hey, can I sponsor this, set my tent up? Because I have something in common with those people. Whereas they'll go, Wes, do you want a booth at the bridal show? And I did that for many years, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but it just wasn't successful for me because I didn't want to be there. And it showed. I didn't want to be there.
Wes is also a big drone pilot.
I am.
So what are you flying these days?
Well, I still got the Phantom 3, which is a DJI Phantom 3, and I used to build them as a hobby, and so I finally said I'm going to sell all that stuff and buy one. And now, after 130 flights or whatever, still no incidences. Thankfully, right? Knock on whatever this is. But the coolest thing now is that you can live stream like we're doing here. The DJI apps, you can Facebook live stream your footage. So as long as you got a good strong Wi-Fi connection, I could be flying around and people could be on Facebook seeing me fly over Jackson, which is really cool.
That is really neat.
That is cool. And people will go, oh wow, that is neat, that's neat. But the government has finally established rules on this, and so I've got my drone registered, which is easy to do, but then I have got to go take a test at an FAA approved facility to fly it commercially, because they're really, really, really cracking down on it. And the fines just don't make it worth trying to get away with it.
Gotcha. And is that the closest one, Memphis, probably?
No, I think it's either, I may have to go to Nashville to do it, but it's an FAA testing. It's a test, just like a pilot's license. I don't know if I have to fly my drone or not, but
that would be.
I got to do. I know.
Yeah.
To make sure I can do it. But yeah.
All right. Well, one last thought for today. Each week at Communicate, I do a social media win or fail, and this week is a win. Do you know who John Cena is?
Yes.
John Cena, the WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
Cricket Wireless hired John Cena to come and surprise fans that they had gathered to pretend like they were introducing him. So, and it's on YouTube, so you can go to kadelsberger.com or adelsbergermarketing.com and see the latest blog that I wrote about this and see how Cricket Wireless combines the meme, the John Cena meme, like
right.
Unexpected John Cena, I think is what it's called. They combine that with fans that liked him and made a really cool video, and they've had almost 30 million views.
Golly, that's amazing.
And so it's just a really neat way to combine those two things. And I do a full breakdown on askbixep4.com. So, Wes, thanks for coming.
Hey, thanks for the opportunity.
If people want to come find you,
I'm on Van Drive, next to the UPS store, right down on the Cracker Barrel end of Van Drive. The financial district is what we call it.
Okay.
And so, yeah, down there next to the UPS store and next to the West Tennessee Medical Rehab Facility.
And you guys are really active on Facebook.
Active on Facebook. We are active in the community. I've got 4 team members. Everybody's licensed. And, I mean, it's insurance, right? I'm not selling iPhones or whatever, but we do try to make it fun. We make it educational because you got to know what you're buying. And not everything. If it's cheaper, it's not always better. I mean, it's like everything.
Yeah.
So
sometimes
glad I could help.
Pay for.
Yeah.
So, and you can also see him every Thursday night at the Generals.
Thursday night we got a game this week, and actually we even got a playoff game, which is September 5th, I think, or something.
Yeah.
It's a Thursday night, and then they're going to be in the playoffs, so we'll be out there giving stuff away. So please register. Stop by our booth.
It's always good.
Give away TV.
Wes, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Hope everybody enjoyed it. If you have any other questions for the Ask Biz show, feel free to submit them, or go to Wes Harris's Facebook page and ask him, and I'm sure he'll be glad to answer them.
Thank you.
So, thanks for watching, everybody.